Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'm going to do something a little different from what I usually do. In this video, I'm going to be ranking every boss in Bug Fables The Everlasting Sapling. Now the thing is, I already did this video. However, the original video itself was pretty shaky, kind of awkward, and I missed a few bosses. This video is an upgraded version of that other video. I do have the original video rendered, and I'll link it down below if you're curious. Before we begin, there's two things I want to get out of the way. One, I'm only going to be ranking the chapter bosses, the main bosses, the bounty bosses, and the side quest bosses. I will not be talking about any regular enemy encounters or any of the spy battles, because if I did, we'd be here for a while. And two, I'm going to be speaking from my experience with these bosses, so your experience might be way different from mine. And real quick, I want to give two honorable mentions to the Tangy Bug boss and the Blue Runner boss, as I haven't fought those bosses in game. Now with that out of the way, let's begin! Our rank adventure starts with two Obama honeys that show up at the end of the I Want to Get Better side quest. Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this little mini boss. Because two Obama honeys aren't really anything interesting. That and the fact that it's the only mini boss to not appear on the boss machine. However, I know for a fact that someone will call me out for forgetting to include this little mini boss. And plus, it has the mini boss music playing, so it does technically count as a mini boss. That was too many mini bosses, what the hell. There's really nothing to add here, because this is the most easiest boss in this game. Well, gotta start somewhere, I guess. Acolyte Aria. Not a whole lot to say about her. Just hit her a bunch of times and she'll eventually go down. Sometimes she does suspend herself in the air and hit off the Venus, but I'd say she isn't that hard. The Seedling King, there's also nothing home to write about. Just beat the shit out of him and you're good to go. I mean, he does summon seedlings, but they're so weak that they aren't really that big of a threat. Just make sure that if you have to read all your batch equip, that Jin and Harry don't spawn as they can soft lock this fight. That's the hard way. When it comes to Cross and Poi, I didn't find it to be that hard, to be honest. No, I didn't have the hard mode badge equipped, so your attempts might be different from mine. Even so, I think they're easy enough if you know what you're doing. Riz, I know you're trying to protect your family and all, but you don't need to shove a giant spear in my face that makes it so that I can't use magic, or plant a bomb in the ground that puts me to sleep. Regardless of that, he's not really that tough, I'm honest. Who do these guys think they are, pretending to be adventurers like we are? I surely hope that they get arrows through their knees. You're not that tough, just whack them a bunch of times and you should come out victorious. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna give out a bit of a hot take here. If you play your cards right and use your TP sparingly, as well as not use any of your items, Astaphiles is actually not that bad. The fact you can't use items is pretty annoying and it means you can't recover your HP or TP. But again, if you use your TP as low as possible and attack as much as possible, you can defeat this guy no problem. In a similar vein to the Astaphiles fight, I didn't struggle that much with the Devourer boss, though I did beat this guy in post-game, so chances are you might have had different experience with this guy, as the earliest you can fight him is just after V gets the ability to keep her Beamerang in place. Although I did panic when he ate Kabu, he's doable. Alright, Spooter, the first boss of the game. Like a lot of first bosses, he's not the hardest guy to take out, but he can be a little bit tough. He has 34 HP and a few different attacks under his belt, a bite attack and a poison attack, and he can summon friends and sometimes suspend himself in the air. I like the sound for this boss. The first time you encounter him, he's undefeatable, but after you save Leaf and retrieve the ancient mask, then you can kill him. Don't know how that works, but okay. What a waste of honey! Think of all the meals this could bet. The honey nation is as ugly as it is pretty tricky. It can spit honey at you and paralyze you, and it can spawn in Obama honeys as well. Oh, and it can charge up and do this jump attack. It's not really that hard, but you do have to play well in order to beat it. I still stand by what I said about the Frostmourne looking like Mimikyu from Pokemon. He's easy until he isn't. He can summon Mothflies, which are really weak and easy to deal with. And that in of itself isn't the problem. It's the fact that he can heal off the Mothflies and he can use them for this devastating attack. So using Luigi's Bubble Shield is a must. This spider is trying to make me dance, and I hate spiders enough already. There are a million ways I'd rather die, and a spider forcing me to dance till I die is not one of them. Not only that, but the peacock spider can summon other spiders, which is something my arachnophobic ass doesn't need right now. Not only that, but it can permanently boost either the attack or defense power on his friends. Basically all of this is to say, please beat it as quickly as possible. What the hell was that thing? I never ordered any sea serpents in my Bug Fables game. Its weak spot is its tail. Once you attack its tail enough times, it will go down for a few turns, giving you a chance to do some heavy damage. Do be careful though, as it can summon friends, blast you with a water cannon, bite you, and send water droplets upon you. I really hope that the scorpion doesn't have a 7 on it. This guy can put you to sleep, poison you, and pinch you with its big meaty claws. And it can toss a boulder for some reason. So you better block well or it's game over. Callie, I think you should consider yourself lucky that Kabu and Co. didn't arrest you after you used Kabu as your puppet. That has gotta break so many crimes on so many levels. Alas, you have no choice but to fight Kabu. Sometimes Callie might boost his attack power and to do other annoying things, so it's best to try to take out Callie as soon as possible. Should Kabu go down, Callie will bring him back to life. Thankfully, all you need to do to win is to just take Callie down. Boy, I sure hope Scarlet doesn't become a captain. His umbrella can suck your HP like a vampire, and that's not the only move he has up its sleeve. So you're gonna have to put him down before he heals too much, and have healing items on you as Scarlet hits hard. Carmina has a pretty interesting fight. Her gimmick is that every time it's her turn, she pulls out the Wheel of Fortune and does different things whenever it lands on. It might poison Teen Snake Mouth, it might put one of the Teen Snake members to sleep, it might boost Carmina's attack or defense power, heal, and so on. I don't have much else to say really, just try your best to beat her. General Ultramax, or should I say Fuff. He hides behind 2 other Wasp Troopers, i.e. a Wasp Shore and a Wasp Bomber. The former of which is pretty tough. The Driller has 1 defense, but it can increase it to 3 defense once you hurt him. Though once you do defeat the Wasp Shore and Bomber, finishing off Ultramax is pretty easy, as he only has 20 HP and 0 defense. Now on to Kabu's Sleep Paralysis Demon. Fun fact, this is the only other boss I've been with the hard mode badge. Every boss after that has been on normal mode, but back to the Beast. The setup for this boss is really good. Towards the end, the Beast kills V and Leaf. He brings Kabu's HP to 1, Kabu gets an infinite attack up while the Beast gets an infinite attack down, and Kabu kills the Beast. At least in canon he does. May the Beast respectfully rest in hell. Watch out, idiot, he has a fucking tank! I just love how after you beat the tank, General Ultramax becomes a shaky mess. But back to the tank. It's a goddamn force to be reckoned with. It has the abilities of a real tank. It can lock onto you and shoot missiles. Springs use Leaf's bubble shield. Sometimes Wasp Troopers can be called into the battlefield, so you have to deal with those as well. Also, can we appreciate the fact that the title for this battle theme is Battle Against Ultramax who has a tank? I swear, this title is almost as good as his friends call him Spooter, don't call him Spooter. Assuming Zimoff is Leaf's sibling, then it's not very nice. But Leaf claims that he's not related to this scene, so let's take his word for it. Just use whatever power vortex you have on hand and hope you take it down. Though I wouldn't want to encounter the Primal Weevil in a dark alleyway in the dead of night, its stupid screech can paralyze Teen Snake Mouth. It can summon other Weevils and do a whole bunch of not very nice things, so you better guard well or you're taking a lot of damage. You better watch out, it's the pop star and her bodyguard. Team Afiba is the first boss that I struggle with in this game. Every time you hurt Afiba, Zaps gets pissed and gets an attack up. Kill Afiba and Zaps gets an infinite attack up, and Mafia can sometimes kick you in the balls. That strategy I can think of when it comes to both Team Musee encounters is to freeze Musee with Leaf's frigid coffin, and then do as much damage to Zaz as possible. Just for a note, and this is not in my script, Musee can revive Zaz, so you're gonna want to deal with her as well. After you give Venus the Sun and Moon offerings, she attacks you to fight her Guardian. Defeat the Guardian, you get the Ancient Talent. This freak of nature is pretty damn hard. Sometimes it can suspend itself in the air, heal off the Venus bud that Venus summons sometimes, throw hard seas at you, and so on. It goes and boosts his attack and defense power, lost a few times before I managed to finally beat it. Big difficulty increase from Spooter. Dear fucking lord, I'm glad that Chomper isn't my mother. This plant can spawn more Chompers, which is not good. It also has some pretty gnarly attacks. As hard as this boss is, I say defeating it is pretty worth it, and you can get a pet that can help you fight in battle. Heavy Drone B33 is a boss that I despise from the bottom of my heart. In episode Rage of my Bug Fables playthrough, I spent the better part of, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes of trying to beat this stupid robot! Oh, you're summoning it now, are you? I hate when you summon that stupid Bee-Boo. It's that stupid Bee-Boo that has the cause of all my fucking troubles. I pressed the wrong button! I had the easiest button imaginable, and I screwed it up. How close was I? I must have been so close to getting down to 0 that time. This is so hard. I hate this boss. I actually hate this boss. I'm pointing that out there. This is the worst boss ever. This is fucking... I hate this guy. So close! So close! Fuck! Am I the only one who struggled with this boss using a hard mode badge? At that point, I just decided to take up the hard mode badge and beat the boss star, which was sort of a tiny bit of sanity that I had left. Those scars still haven't healed yet. Fun fact, the Watcher has 69 health on hard mode. Nice! What isn't so nice is the fact that the Watcher kicked my ass hard. You can summon quicksand, clear walls, take your HP, and so on. Like with Mr. Drone B, I also tried to beat this boss with the hard mode badge, but I had to take it off because it was way too hard. And once again, I wanted to preserve the low sanity I had left inside my body. Now, with that being said, I do like the background music for this boss. It's one of my personal favorite tracks in the game. Alright, the Roth King himself. Despite struggling with this fight a little bit, it is one of my favorite final bosses in an RPG game. You start by just fighting him in his regular form, and then he eats the leaf off of the everlasting sapling, and all hell breaks loose. This final boss, combined with this epic background track by Tristan Alric, makes this a really, really good, also pretty difficult fight. Nearing the end of our boss ranking adventure, we have the sparring match against Team Mackie. Not a whole lot to say here. Every time you hurt Mackie, Kina gets ticked off. And sometimes Mackie and Kina can both attack at the same time. My best tip is to just take out Mackie and Kina. Yen will run away and the battle will be over. Gotta hand it to Team Slacker, while they can't explore for shit, they can certainly fight for shit. I cannot beat these two. They hit really hard, and that cat attack of Delilah's is really chaotic. I mean, dear lord. They aren't impossible. Yeah, just really fucking difficult. Last but certainly not least, we have the fight against Team Snakemouth. Hot take, I feel like this fight is actually harder than the Team Slacker and Team Mackie fight. The soundtrack that plays in the background goes really freaking hard. The fact that the Team Snakemouth enemies block multi-hit attacks, and how V and Leaf get pissed off every time Cubble is hurt makes this fight pretty damn hard. Team Snakemouth can also hit for really high damage, so blocking is a must. If you're not using any sort of low health or poison strats, then this fight could be one of the hardest fights of the game. Again, dare I say, harder than Team Mackie, harder than Team Slacker. So yeah, that is my complete ranking of the bosses of Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling. I just want you to note that, unlike a whole lot of this video. This part of the video is unscripted, so I'm just kind of saying what comes to mind here. Now, first and foremost, I immediately procrastinated on this video a lot. I started back in September. I'm only just now getting around to finishing this little video, and I also had a lot of our projects going on. So but yeah, that was my ranking of the bosses of Bug Fables. I kind of did this in a little instead of like worst to best ranking, I did these in a easy to hard ranking. No, if I had to, like, if I did had to like do this from like worst to best, the best boss would probably be the Team Snake Off boss, and the worst boss would probably be Heavy Drone B33. I did have to re-record like a few things as well, because there was some information I got wrong about these bosses, and in my script I kind of insert bosses in my little script. I kind of like underestimate how much I struggle with like certain bosses and their attack patterns, stuff like that. Yeah, there's that. Regardless of that though, I'm a lot more prouder of this video than I am with my original ranking video. I've managed to actually get every boss here. So that's something, I guess. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. This is my first time making a little like ranking video. Maybe I'll do another one, but I'm not sure. I guess if you want to see it, I guess just let me know and I'll do it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.